We bought 17 dead Mopars and thousands of parts in New York. What were we thinking? Hey everybody, Jeremy here. Pulled into Kingston, New York at about 1 o'clock in the morning, and it's about 8 now, and we're gonna go see some cars. You ready? Well, we're at the yard, and boy do we have our work cut out for us over the next couple days. Got to get all of this stuff loaded and ready to haul 2,200 miles back to Utah. Look at all of this stuff. You got tons and tons and tons of sorting. Everywhere you go, there's just more parts, trim, dashes, fenders, radiators, bezels, quarter panels, more radiators. This is the Mr. Norm's 71 444 speed Dana Charger RT. That's the V code one that my boss is going to be keeping. There's more doors, CUDA hood, doors over there. It's just ridiculous. There's a couple more cars down over there. 17 cars in total, and thousands and thousands of parts. It's going to be a heck of an adventure. So this 72 Charger Rally 444 speed Dana is super cool. Anybody that's seen Junkyard Crawl Pilot Show, seen this car? And he wasn't joking when he opened the trunk and there was the pistol grip and a whole bunch of other parts sitting in here, because there it all is. This car is actually a numbers matching 440, has the 18 spline 4-speed, and it still has the Dana. All the interior and dash has been stored inside. Fenders touching. So it's not in the car, but it's there. Can't wait to get this car home and find its new owner. Here's the crew doing all the work, making the 74 GTX ready to roll. This is another 72 Charger Rally. This one's a 344 speed car. It's pretty rusty, but it's got all the cool rally stuff. but we are stuffing it. We've got to use every inch of room that we have to get all these parts home. Like I said before, we're planning on having two 8-place car haulers out here to get 16, and then we're putting the Curious Yellow Mr. Norm's car in one of the enclosed trailers that we were also purchasing, along with all of its parts. Guys, like seriously, this video and standing here even, it's crazy to take in how many parts there are here. I mean, it's just ridiculous. The more you look, the more parts you find. We've got bumpers and hoods and grills and deck lids and fenders, and I mean, it's just ridiculous. There's a bunch of NOS stuff we haven't even started with. So much to do. It's going to be a lot of fun though, and can't wait to get some of this stuff listed and get it to people that need it. Much better than letting it sit here and continue to be unused. It's a really rare 1974 GTX promo car. Somebody's got to save it, but for now it's going to be storage and get stuffed with a whole bunch of parts, because like I said, we need every inch of space we can get. '67 Dart, that one's pretty rough, but it's complete. '72 340 3-speed Demon, original TB3. That could be a gorgeous car. It's actually pretty solid. '67 Dart GT, I believe it's a 273 Hypo car. Console, buckets. Barracuda isn't for sale, it's not coming with this. This is a '69 Satellite Convertible, original 383 Hypo car, and it has the engine with it. Unfortunately, the rear end is a mess, but somebody needs to save it. And the 72 440 4-speed Charger again. The 72 400 black on black Roadrunner, that one's going to be mine. We're going to build it up into something here on the channel. There's the 66 Coronet 500 Convertible, red, white interior, white top, 383 4-barrel power windows. I mean, come on, that car would be gorgeous. Anyway, a little bit has changed. This car is about full. I don't know where we're gonna put all these parts. There's probably 15 or 20 engines sitting here as well. Multiple 340s, 440s, 400s. We even found a 63 413 HP block. Well, it's a complete engine. Everywhere you look, there's just little stuff tucked in. There's Edelbrock small block intake and CUDA grill. That was, I guess, an original AAR CUDA grill, so that's broken. There's air filter stuff. If you look right there really close, you'll even see a air grabber air filter assembly up in the rafters. Bumpers, I mean, hoods behind all these panels that are here. There's more parts. This is overwhelming, honestly. There's just so much. We were hoping to get everything in one load, but I don't know if that's going to be possible. It's one of those holy cow moments. You can check out the artwork on that hood. It's upside down, but pretty interesting. That's an original 1970 Plum Crazy CUDA hood. I mean, you look back there, you can't even get a scope of it in the video. Trim everywhere, up there in the rafters. I mean, there's still stuff over here. We haven't even been able to look yet at some of this stuff, and I've been here multiple times, and it's still amazing to me what's here. That's the 6-pack engine right there for the Mr. Norm's car, and the transmission. Sitting over there in the corners, the Ram Charger hood and the Dana 60. Just crazy, crazy amounts of stuff. Quarter panels. It's just incredible. There is so much stuff. It's seriously overwhelming. Just everywhere you look, there's more. We've been up here a little bit digging some stuff out. There's Challenger quarter panels. Look at all the steering columns. So many consoles. All of those boxes back there are just trim. Look at this cool little Roadrunner pan. Power window door panels. Just everywhere you look. Everywhere. There's more parts just stuffed in. This is going to take forever. Like I said, every bit of space. So we're even putting engines in the cars just for transport. So here's a cool piece that I just pulled out of the shed. This is a 68 only B-body rally cluster. I've been told that this little piece here is pretty unique. It wasn't even on all 68s. It's also got the tick-tock tachometer, which means that it has the clock here in the middle, and then the outside is the tachometer. Then you can see it's got the 150 mile-an-hour speedometer, which all of the rally clusters had. This would have been found on a 68 Charger RT, Coronet RT, Super B, and I think that's it. I don't think they put the rally clusters in any of the 68 Plymouth B bodies. One other thing to note, just for fun, is how big that tack unit is. I mean, that took up a whole bunch of room in the back of your dash. Anyway, as I find more interesting things, which we've been finding a lot, I will gladly show you. Doing a professional windshield installation on this demon, just so it's sealed up. Like I stated, professional installation with the screwdriver and
plastic knives are highly recommended.
And also not 40-year-old rubber and a 40-year-old windshield in the cold.
The air of the windshield won't matter.
Oh yeah, that will seal nicely. We got the Curious Yellow 1971 Mr. Norm's 6-pack Charger out of the hole. And now tomorrow we're going to put some good tires on it all the way around and get it in an enclosed trailer and start putting all of the parts that are for this car with it. Cool thing about this car, it's already got a date with a restoration shop. So as soon as it gets back to Utah, it's going in the shop. So this car will be done and you'll get to see it in the future. This is the other Mr. Norm's car. This is a 444 speed Dana, as I've already mentioned. This car will be for sale. It does have an 18 spline 4-speed. It does have the Dana, but the car is a complete project. It needs everything. But again, it's a real Mr. Norm's 444 speed Dana RT. Anyway, we're pretty much getting finished. We're running out of light. Mosquitoes are out. So pretty much going to close up shop for the night. We got a lot done, but it's honestly not even a drop in the bucket. There's still just so much stuff. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Like I've already showed in here, you've got grills and hoods and fenders and engine parts, transmissions, heads. I mean, everywhere you look, you move something, and guess what? There's more somethings. It's just ridiculous. This is definitely a huge undertaking to clear this property, get all these cars out of here. As you can see, just boxes and boxes and boxes of trim and parts, and here there's a whole bunch of 69 Coronet tail lights, and I mean, it's Up there, there's seats and grills and more seats. And I dug a whole bunch of steering columns out earlier that are sitting up here. That's not even all of them. There's a bunch of them. Those boxes, a lot of those boxes are just full of parts. It's just ridiculous. So you're going to be seeing a whole bunch of stuff listed from D Auto Salvage on eBay. I'm going to be listing parts all over the place. It's going to take a long time. It's going to take a really long time. But it's going to be worth it. It's going to be fun. A lot of people are going to get stuff that they need. As you can see, it's starting to get a little dark. But dug some parts out. Found there's another 340 sitting right under that tarp. And no, that one's a 1970 440 HP. That's a 1972 340. These engines are just junkers. We're gonna send them to the junk. I mean, you can see all the dashes. That's not even close to all of them. There's so many dashes. It's stupid how much stuff's here. I'm really excited, but a little bit overwhelmed with everything. So anyway, gonna close up for day number 1. We'll be back here bright and early tomorrow. Tons and tons and tons of stuff still going on. So see you tomorrow. Hey everybody, day 2, picking up the cars. Just had breakfast at this is one of my favorite restaurants in the world. I've been here several times, called Olympic Diner. It's in Kingston, New York. If you're ever out in this area, I highly recommend it. Anyway, we're gonna get to the cars and get back with you. We found a full set of 15-inch rallies and put on the V-code car. Notice all these 72 through 74 CUDA grills. They're all broke, but lots of good parts if anybody needs a piece to splice in. Well, I've done a lot, or we've done a lot of work. As you can see, there's a lot more stuff out here. I cannot wait to go to swap meets and stuff. You got 69 Charger grill there, 67 to 69 notchback Barracuda deck lid, 71 rotor runner valance. Those are Hemi headers. Another column, valances, lights and gauges. Look at these dashes, holy cow. All sorts of stuff. A couple intake manifolds, 70 to 71 Duster tail lights, more rallies, 68 Barracuda quarter. I've probably already seen that hood around a little bit, but there's definitely a difference here. Also something kind of cool, well, definitely cool. Right here, got two 18 spline transmissions. So that's pretty awesome. Then, sorry, still kind of going all over the place. We did get some stuff cleared out in here. You can see, so that's the transmission for the 6-pack Mr. Norm's car. And right here, look at this beauty. Yep, 6-pack. So we're gonna get that stuff bolted together and just set in the car. I mean, there's so much in the corner still, and we haven't even started touching upstairs. So still also have a bunch of heads down here, but there's progress. We've made a dent, so that's good. Yeah, all that stuff up there, holy cow. Those are Challenger quarter panels. So much stuff. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this. first time in more than 25 years, there's an engine between these inner fenders. And look inside, you've got your chin spoiler, you've got the rear spoiler, pedestals, some of the other parts. It's pretty cool. Real curious yellow Mr. Norm's 6-pack Charger RT. And this is a really cool and rare piece. This is a 1971 Dodge Charger Ram Charger hood, which means this was functional. So this scoop would open up with vacuum and suck in fresh air. And because it had this box on the back right here, that sealed around the air filter assembly, and so it was getting cool fresh air anytime you'd hit the throttle or you'd flip the switch so that the lid stayed open. A really cool piece. This was a fairly expensive option opposed to the normal RT hood, which this one's kind of covered up with a whole bunch of other parts right now. But this is the real basic RT hood, which has the cool non-functional louvers. They look super cool with the black and the red. So it's about ready to go in the enclosed trailer. So the last time for a long time that it's going to see the daylight here in New York. Such a cool car. It's really cool to see it with the hood on and the engine just even sitting there with the parts. The Dana's in the trailer already. They're just getting ready to load this one. This is pretty much the prize out of the whole collection of cars. And I'm anxious and excited to see this one be restored by Dave and come back to life. This car deserves it. And so do the other cars. So anyway, watch for this car in future episodes here on the channel, because I will show progress, and when it's done, we will go for a ride. This is a car that for whatever reason I have totally fallen in love with. It's a 1973 GTX 440 automatic. This is the second to last year of the GTX, and it's the middle year that they were the Roadrunner GTX. First being 72, last being 74. Unfortunately, this car has been rear-ended, and it is super rusty, but just such a cool car. And with all the cars that we have here, there's a really nice solid 73 Satellite. Somebody could buy the two and definitely bring this car back. This is a rare car, it's unique, and they're getting really hard to find. And they're just super cool looking. The hood is just amazing. Well, we're ending day 2. It's a little earlier than we wanted to, but it is starting to rain pretty hard again. And just figured we'll go home or back to the hotel. We're gonna have dinner and kind of regroup. We're looking at, we were looking at buying a truck to pull the other enclosed trailer home, but there's just so much stuff, so we'll probably have to get like a U-Haul or Penske box truck. So I mean, even with all of this stuff out here, there's still probably that much more inside of the building, plus all of that sheet metal back there, and a bunch of doors, and a bunch of engines. We've found 7 340s. So, I mean, 7 340s. And probably equally that many 440s, a couple 400s. I mean, just engines, transmissions, 8 3/4, headers. Some of the headers were leaving. This is unfortunately the scrap pile. There's a lot of good stuff there, but it just doesn't make sense to drag it 2,000 miles home. There's 440 HP 1970 right over here, another 340 right there underneath, hidden. This is incredible, guys. Like, it's incredible. So tons and tons and tons of swap meet material coming. So anyway, we'll be back tomorrow, and I'll do some more video. So today we're doing NOS stuff. One of the first things we find is a NOS Little Red Express Truck door sticker. And so far my favorite piece, an NOS Tick-Tock Tack. How cool is that? Here's another cool piece. This is for the Mr. Norm's car. Factory 446 barrel air filter assembly. There's the NOS 1972 Charger grills. We've got hubcaps, all sorts of stuff. I've already been just sitting some stuff in here. Whole bunch of wheel lip moldings or stuff I've been shoving inside. Found a 68 Roadrunner grill and bezels, all NOS. This trailer is going to be completely full with this car and NOS stuff. So this is the 69 Plymouth Satellite Convertible, original 383 Hypo. This is one of like 29 built that were 383 Hypo base satellite convertibles. So super rare. As I stated earlier in another video though, this car is super rusty and the roof is bad, like all the framework here. You can actually see clear through where the floor used to be back there and the frame rails. And it got rear-ended really hard at one point in its life, and it's just kind of a real wreck. So unfortunately, even as rare as this car is, this is a parts car. It would take way more than it would ever be worth to return it back, but it does have a lot of great parts, such as the panels, the original rear window for the convertible top, and a lot of other things. And the family that actually bought all this stuff and owns the salvage yard, two of them have 69 Roadrunner convertibles that can use some parts. So this car is going to end up being a donor. Really quick, I just want to show you something that a lot of people don't know. But the convertibles actually had a little piece on the door that kind of helped guide it. And that's this little piece right here, goes into this little thing right here. Just something as you're out looking for doors and whatnot. If you see something you don't recognize, there's always a reason for it, and that's what those are. But kind of cool. Really sad to see this car in this condition, but it's going to help bring some other cars back, and that's the point of some of these things. These cars, there's a few of them that are good projects, but there's a few of them that are good parts cars. I've already mentioned this car several times. This one's an awesome project. The 72 444 speed Dana Rally Charger. Unfortunately, it is missing some of the parts that I thought the car had, but it does have the numbers matching engine block, does have the Dana, may have an 18 spline, we're not sure yet, but it's not the numbers matching one. Has a lot of cool parts that are with it. The grills are nice, there's another bumper, there's a good set of fenders. I mean, it's going to be a builder for somebody. The Coronet Convertible is yet to be seen. We haven't pulled it out, and as you notice, it's actually been getting more and more covered with stuff, lots and lots of stuff. But it's a convertible, and it's been sitting here in New York, so it's, you know, sketchy at best. But once we get it out, probably tomorrow or the next day, we'll have a better assessment of it. Surprisingly, the gold dart over here that looked really rusty, the outside's pretty bad, but everything else, like trunk floor, all that, looks really nice, and I'm really surprised. The blue one that I thought was going to be fairly nice well, the frame rails through the trunk floor, and it's not nice. So never judge a book by its cover. Never think that just because the car is really rusty on the outside that it's not on the inside, or vice versa. Anyway, I will get back to you here in just a little bit. We got the Satellite out, and as you can see, this baby is rust free. It is full of rust that goes with the car for free. Absolutely nothing for rear frame rails back here. Ain't she a beauty? Too bad. That was a really cool car at one point in its life. But like I said earlier, it's going to help a couple other cars. That's the definition of rust. We got the first load of 8 ready to load up. Transport truck should be here tomorrow, which is Saturday, mid-afternoon. Then these 8 here will be on their first part of the journey to Utah from New York. Tons and tons of work getting these cars ready, all rolling, putting a bunch of parts in them. It's going to be exciting to see them home. You guys are in for a real treat right now. We're professionally installing this 340 into this awesome 73 GTX. I know it's only 100 cubic inches shorter than it should be, but hey, can't beat a 340.
That garden spider.
We had this friend come out to play. You never know who's going to be helping with the cars. This 66 Coronet 500 convertible sure does look better out of the weeds, sitting up on 4 aired up tires. You even have all the canvas removed so that you can actually see the car. And gosh, this one's going to be a fun car for somebody to save. Look at that. 383 4-barrel, power windows, power top, red, white interior. If you look really hard and use a little bit of imagination, you can see how beautiful this car is. So now for the real fun, getting 8 cars down this driveway and onto a transport truck. And this is just the first load. Oh, I just heard it. Transport truck is here. It's exciting. Hey guys, thank you for watching part 1. Watch for part 2 probably next week and part 3 the following week. I'm going to be breaking this down into 3 parts just due to the amount of work and everything that we're doing. Also the transportation. Hopefully the first truck will be back home to Utah this coming weekend, Saturday or Sunday, but that might not even be possible. We thought we were going to be able to leave here Tuesday, probably not till Wednesday. Anyway, but I will be getting more content, more video of these cars. And when I get home, we'll be getting some more video and I'm going to start listing stuff. Plus, as soon as I get home, I've got another purchase we're making of 8 vehicles. Luckily, they're fairly local to us, so that's going to be way easier than out here. Anyway, so like and subscribe, and again, like I've asked before, give me your suggestions. I really do want to hear what you guys would like to see. And for you non-Mopar fans, I'm sorry again. We do have some non-Mopar stuff in the works, just not immediately. Anyway, so we'll get there. Again, thanks for watching, and have a great day. See you next time.